Hey guys, some of you may know why I decided to rank Bret the Hitman Hart's best matches, or rather his top 5 WrestleMania matches in order there. I'm leaving out all the crappier ones because I just don't care at this point. It's all about the top 5. There's a reason why I decided to make this video, and you may be able to figure that out, and I'll let you do that. So let's start off with number 5. His 5th best WrestleMania match, I believe, was against Yokozuna at WrestleMania 9. This was coming on WrestleMania 10, I'm sorry. WrestleMania 9, saw Hulk Hogan come into it, and the match wasn't the greatest, and, all that jazz, basically. They had an okay match. But then WrestleMania 10 the next year, Bret got to have his moment, finally, winning the title, and they had a pretty decent match for what they could have. And so that would be my number 5. Most memorable match, it's probably why it ranks because of the memorability of it, not just the match itself. Number 4 would have to be that same WrestleMania. If you remember, if you don't know, Bret Hart wrestled the first match against his brother Owen and the last match against Yokozuna. The first match against Owen Hart was awesome. It was one of the best matches to lead off WrestleMania. I think Shawn Michaels has had one or two to begin WrestleMania that I liked as well, but this was one of the best matches, maybe the best, arguably, or maybe not since Tito Santana, WrestleMania 1. This was one of the best matches to lead off WrestleMania ever, and it was Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. This thing could have been for a title almost. It was just wonderful, and they had such great chemistry in the ring together, as you would see in every match almost they would have together going forward, and the feud that would start between them. Man, that was awesome. It was great. WrestleMania 10 was a surprise. Wrestling was starting to get into a lull period, and man, we had Bret Hart and Owen Hart have a great match. And of course, well, we won't mention anything else out of respect for Bret Hart, and this is the top 5 for Bret Hart, so that's all we're talking about. So there's number 4, Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. Some other people may list these different, and that's why maybe I decided to make this video. Number 3, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. Yes, it's one of the best ever. But for me, because it was so damn long, it was hard to watch. But I'll tell you, it was one of those. It was like watching a hockey game that was 0-0, or more like a soccer game. When the goal finally happened, it was like wow. They go the whole entire match with no pinfalls, and then to go into overtime, and then Shawn to win. I mean, it was just very. It was very entertaining to see them go that long, to see how impressive the two of them were. The two of them were at the top of their game. And then, of course, Bret Hart would leave after that for a while. And they had a lot of moments where they had to rest and locked up and things like that. But they also had a lot of awesome moments, too, that brought it back. I mean, it was really just a great match. But it was a long match, and that's what hurts it, unfortunately. But it was a great match. It was, top 10 matches of all time. I'd put it in that category just because of the fact that they went so long and the payoff at the end. It was just a great, great moment, great everything. But I had to rank it number 3. Number 2. This may be controversial for some people. And some people, I've always loved this match. I have always said it. You can go back on all my videos years and years back. All my videos. I always praise this WrestleMania too, even though the WWE craps all over it in their WrestleMania DVD. Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 8 is my second best Bret Hart match at a WrestleMania. These two had just this awesome little promo going into the match, and the whole setup. And not only was the match good, the announcing was unbelievable. Some of the things that Bobby the Brain Heenan said with Gorilla during the match, like Bobby talking about what he would do, he wouldn't have to go and wrestle the match. He'd waffle him out back with a tire iron or something. Hilarious stuff. Go watch WrestleMania 8. Watch Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper. Watch the promo leading up to it. Watch the match. Listen to the commentary. It is hilarious. It's downright hilarity. But in that hilarity is an unbelievable match between Bret Hart and Roddy Piper. I think it's Roddy Piper's. There's only one match I think of with Roddy Piper, and you can say WrestleMania 1 and that stuff, but no, I'm talking about matches that made me excited. This was Roddy Piper's number 1 best match ever, to me, and Bret Hart's second best WrestleMania match. They did great stuff going out of the ring. Bret Hart got busted open. Roddy Piper was going to hit him with the bell and then decided not to, and then Bret Hart capitalizes on it by kind of playing possum in the match. You just really, you believed that there was this psychology going on in the match with Bret Hart having a psychology and a technique that he was attacking Roddy Piper with, that the commentators picked up on, and that you just believed in the match, and it was really cool. And you don't see that a lot, and this match was great. I think it was the best match, I think, of the WrestleMania. And then I enjoyed Ric Flair and Macho Man, all that stuff, and then the stuff that happened to Hogan at the end. I was a kid, so I was excited for the Warrior. This WrestleMania 8 was way underrated. I think it's one of the best WrestleManias of all time. Shawn Michaels and Tito Santana, I think, was at that WrestleMania too. Just absolutely, I don't think the match was the best, but it was just a great WrestleMania. And so Bret Hart versus Roddy Piper, I give that number 2. It's very exciting to watch, and that's what I'm looking for, exciting. And the crowd interest was huge, and just everything they did in the match. Loved it. I want to watch it now, actually, because I'm thinking about it. Okay, it's time for number 1. The number 1, of course, you knew it was coming. You knew what it was going to be. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. Listen, I've never even been the biggest Bret Hart guy. I've always been a Shawn Michaels guy. I do love Bret Hart, but I've been more of a Shawn Michaels guy. But there is something to say. Stone Cold has had maybe his best match of all time against Bret Hart. Roddy Piper maybe has had his best match of all time against Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels maybe has had one of his best matches of all time. One of his against Bret Hart. Owen Hart, Bret's brother, I think, had his best match ever against his brother, Bret Hart. Bret Hart is constantly known, for whatever reason, and I know what the reason is, he's good at bringing out the best in everybody else. And for some reason, Bret Hart just has chemistry with so many people. I mean, the other guy is good as well, but for some reason, Bret Hart is able to mix with so many other people, when sometimes it takes two certain guys together. And you can say, wow, Bret Hart and Stone Cold just had this wonderful chemistry. But you know what? Bret Hart and all these other people had this great chemistry too. Seems to be something with Bret Hart. Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin had a match that WWE doesn't do, especially in this era. This was just as the Attitude Era was starting, WrestleMania 13. Even in the match, McMahon says things like, "You don't see this often in the WWE. I'm sorry, folks, that you have to watch this, and this isn't what, oh, it's too bad that this is happening. Like, you don't see it. There's chair shots, just violence. Stone Cold got busted open. He puts him in the sharpshooter. Stone Cold won't give up. He passes out. Just the crowd flipping and wanting Stone Cold to be their hero and rooting for the bad guy all of a sudden. WWE having to this all culminate at WrestleMania 13 by flipping them and making Bret Hart the heel and Stone Cold the babyface because the crowd kept pushing him. Sounds kind of like Daniel Bryan now, doesn't it? Only a little bit different, but anyway. So this match had a lot of stuff. It wasn't the hardcore element and the violent element to it is what made it so good. And just the story between these two, a rivalry and a match in a rivalry that lived up to the hype. And it was. If you had to be like, there's 5 matches that you can pick them now, there's only 5 matches you can watch for the rest of your life, that Stone Cold Bret Hart match is on my 5. I can't name the other ones right now, but I know that's on there. They had a wonderful match, just wonderful use of chair shots, wonderful use of timing and psychology, and great outside move. And Gavin's going to go play Lego Marvel. Go ahead, I guess I'm not playing hockey. So that's my number 1, Bret Hart. What do you guys think? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Leave the comments below and tell me what you think. And click the like button and stick the thumb where the sun don't shine. And I'm not even going to